What is the legacy of Perestroika? What is the legacy of Perestroika? This question takes us back to the mid-1980s when Mikhail Gorbachev introduced a series of reforms in the Soviet Union. Perestroika, which means restructuring, aimed to revitalize the communist system by changing its economic and political structures. The Soviet economy was struggling and needed a boost to catch up with capitalist countries. Gorbachev's plan focused on decentralizing economic controls. This meant giving enterprises more autonomy and allowing them to become self-financing. This shift was significant because it moved away from the strict central planning that defined Soviet communism. It introduced some market-like mechanisms while still keeping a strong state presence. Politically, Perestroika sought to lessen the Communist Party's grip on governance. New representative bodies were created, like the Soviet Congress of People's Deputies. This allowed for limited electoral competition, even including candidates outside the Communist Party, although the party still held most power. The legacy of Perestroika is quite complex. On one side, it was an attempt to modernize socialism by addressing the inefficiencies that had built up over the years. It recognized that reforms were needed to meet the population's needs and respond to global economic challenges. However, it also exposed serious problems within the system. Bureaucratic resistance was strong, and many citizens were skeptical after decades of authoritarian rule. Interestingly, the reforms led to increased political openness, known as Glasnost. This openness allowed for more social criticism, which weakened the Communist Party's control. Ultimately, this contributed to the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991. From a communist viewpoint, Perestroika was seen as a necessary effort to improve socialism in the Soviet Union, but it was not enough to save it. Perestroika's legacy also influenced other communist states. It demonstrated the limits of rigid central planning and showed both the potential benefits and dangers of introducing market mechanisms. The lessons learned from these reforms highlighted the importance of economic and political adaptability for the survival of socialist states in a changing world. In summary, Perestroika stands as a significant historical example of reforming communism from within. It teaches us about the challenges of balancing economic innovation with political control in a socialist context.